Hi, it's me, Tony. Firstly, this is my personal DIY, which I did get many inspirations from others. I'm gonna show you what I did, but also give you options so you don't have to physically make it yourself. Of course, you can take inspiration from mine if you want to make your own. Also, I don't own the rights to anything Warner Brothers, Harry Potter, or Monopoly related. This is going to be a lot and probably a long video, so let's jump right in. Money! I made the money with the Hogwarts crest in the background, and I put the Hogwarts silhouette and sorting hat in the rectangles that didn't have the numbers in it. I made the same bills from Monopoly, 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, and 500. I used this paper to print in different colors. Let me point out that most things are not gonna be exactly the same size as the original, and when I say inspired, I mean could be completely different from the original. The Chance and Community chess cards, or in this case, the Wand and Deathly Hallows cards, were a bit tricky. I had to find pictures for all the phrases I used, and that took a while. I linked the website I used to help me make the phrases. I just changed a few words to fit the theme. Or, you know, made the phrases fit the theme. After I finally finished all the cards, I laminated them with tape. I wanted them to be stronger than the money, but not cardstock because the property cards are made with cardstock. I couldn't find a PNG for Azkaban or the cupboard under the stairs, so I just put the pictures in Photoshop and traced them. My goodness, the property cards were a struggle. After finding all the places I wanted on the board, and looking at pictures my friend sent me of the original property cards, I made these from scratch in Photoshop. So I really just copied all the numbers from the original cards and made it Harry Potter theme. The original cards, like I said, were printed on cardstock. So we put cardstock in the printer and found out that my printer is not worth the money I paid for it. I'm in the middle of testing prints and stuff like that. I have found that when I use cardstock, it doesn't print the whole thing. After asking my team of people, in which case I mean my sisters, I decided that the only other way for me to do this is to make it so much harder on myself. So I printed it normally and then glued it on cardstock. In a way, it kind of worked out because it was almost impossible to make the front and back line up. If you can spend a bit of money, I didn't want to or had the time, you could have them printed somewhere. I cut the cards and glued each side again. They feel very strong. If you can print in cardstock, I suggest print one-sided, put the paper back into the printer, and then print the other side. It's more likely to line up, but make sure the cards are lined up with the right places. The reason I'm interrupting, we have to order something to be able to do this DIY, and that is tape, bookbinding tape. So I'm going to Amazon. I will link it down below. Let's return to the video. The board was the first thing I started to do, but it didn't get done until kind of way later. There are a lot of boards that you can find online and print them yourself. I just didn't find a board that I liked as a whole. So after lots of looking around at other boards and Harry Potter places in general, I found the places I wanted to put on the board and where I wanted them. Then after I downloaded the Lumos font on my computer and put everything together, I made the 20 by 20 into a JPEG, which is just another word for picture. Went to this link, got the closest I could to print 20 by 20, and then printed it out. Okay, so this is our tape. Bookbinding tape. So we're just gonna try to do it. Bear with me. The poster board I got from Dollar Tree. It's fine if you're on a budget, but if you have an old Monopoly board or you want to spend more money on a poster board, I recommend something a little less denty and maybe a bit skinnier. Without a yardstick, this was pretty hard. I ended up using the ruler, measuring both sides equally, and then some in the middle, and then use the ruler to draw the line. I then cut the board, not all the way through, to make it bend. Used bookbinding tape on both sides. I recommend doing this side stronger than I did. I actually watched the video Wizardopoly from Danny over at Wizarding Workshop. His video is in the description. Then I glued the pieces on it. But of course, what's a DIY without trial and error, hardships, and failure? I did one whole side and I thought it was going great. And then I tried to position the next page and found out that no matter what I did, it wouldn't line up. And I literally spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to fix this. I ended up having to cut pieces to line up with each other. So this square with the wand is a bit smaller than every other square. It turned out fine. It was a solution that I had without starting all over. If you can, it might be better to maybe tape it all together and then glue it all at once. You might not have as much error as I did. So of course the edges aren't even, but the board still works. Game pieces! You can buy the game pieces online, make your own, or use anything else. The game pieces for me didn't look like what I wanted, so I didn't buy them. The dice! I would just recommend buying dice off of Amazon or using dice from another board game. I was just thinking about using them from Yahtzee. Sadly, I didn't even try to get a box done. This took much more time, paper, and energy than I thought it would. And it might have been too ambitious to finish in a month. This video was part of my KMA series because I bought this poster board about a year ago wanting to make Harry Potter Monopoly. If you like this video, maybe the KMA series is for you. DIY project things once a month. Harry Potter, cosplay, anime. If you're interested in buying a set of everything I made, I'd be happy to sell you one. Though, it does take a lot of time with my limited resources. So keep in mind, it may not be fast or too cheap. If that interests you or you have any direct questions, you can DM me on Instagram at metony_e or at Fans of Fiction. Links are in the description, along with the list of things I used in this video and websites that helped me. If you like this video, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel, but I'm not going to force you because I'm a Hufflepuff. And I think that's it. Okay, bye.